Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Minnesota Lynx against the Las Vegas Aces. With Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're thrilled to have you with us.
And unfortunately, both of these teams dealing with injuries at the moment.
Now listen, it's a physical game, and it's part of the game that we all wish didn't exist, but it does. The bright side of it, it presents a new opportunity for players looking to prove themselves.
Yeah, there's so much talent in this league and not enough playing time to go around. But now, these subs have the chance to seize the moment.
Buries it from three-point range.
Can score from anywhere on the court, and McBride has really taken on that alpha personality type.
Shots good by George.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to McBride. Smith. She's guarded by Wilson. Clock at 6. Down low. And it's Collier missing. Out to the wing. Chelsea Gray for 3. And the 3 ball is good.
Always seems to be in the right position. Gray's patience and experience make her the bright player she is.
Pass to Shepard. Now here's Collier. Guarded by Young. And it's Collier missing.
And in 2023, Minnesota finished as the 6th seed with a record of 19-21.
Well, Minnesota missed the playoffs in 2022, which ended their 11-year postseason streak. But they regrouped, and in 2023, they took the Sun the full 3 games in the first round, almost pulling off the huge upset. But what was most important was getting back to the postseason.
And the Aces with possession. Pass to George. Fires for 3. Shepard pulls it in. Collier outside. Gets it to go from downtown.
Pulling up on a defender comes down to confidence, and Collier believes in her ability to beat any opponent.
Now George. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And she lays it straight in. The Lynx trailing. And here's Collier. From 18 feet away. Good on that jump shot.
Yeah, when Nafisa Collier, a player that chips in everywhere, including the mid-range.
Gray outside. Pass to Stokes. George. And that's out of bounds. Las Vegas will retain possession. Outside Powers. McBride outside. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2.
That one on Gustafson.
You see, this is what you get with Caitlin McBride. You get a clever scorer with just a knack for earning free throws.
She's perfect from the line this time. Swish with it. She's got 7. And that one drops.
The defenders didn't really even get a sniff of her on that move to the iron.
Pass to Carlton. McBride. Good on the bucket.
The catalyst of the team, McBride, is dependent on for buckets, and I'll tell you, she usually delivers.
Now here's Swish. She's got 9. Rebounded by McBride. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Now Carlton. She's been patient so far, and nothing yet on the scoreboard. Now here's Swish. She's covered closely. Out to the left wing. Chelsea Gray for 3. That one drops for her second bucket. Marker 2 for 4.
So dangerous in that pick and roll set. Gray can move the ball, but option 1 is her excellent shot.
Back to McBride. From downtown, good on the three-point shot.
She has been fantastic this quarter, and it's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the opponent's lead right here.
George, the basket drops, and she gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up for her.
Her efficient scoring. A nice lift to their offense tonight.
And this is her first trip to the line tonight. Now here's Collier. She has 5. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in this second quarter. And Swish gets the whistle that time. That's her first foul. On defense, the Aces. Collier inside. Guarded by Young. 5 to shoot. Now here's Collier. Guarded by Young.
Not sure what the D was doing there. She's not the player to give open looks to, but they got away with it that time.
Well, Megan Gustafson was the original star from Iowa, scoring 28 points per game as a senior.
Yeah, she didn't get, the hype of the latest Iowa star, Caitlin Clark. Megan, though, was a National Player of the Year herself, and the lefty has been a quality WNBA player.
Now here's Young. She's got 5. Chalk up 2 right there.
And this is how you finish through contact. Young showing some strength.
Timeout called by Minnesota.
Yeah, I think the head coach saw too many easy buckets coming from inside and wanted to put a stop to it.
I would think so. I would think so. If they keep giving up the kind of easy looks inside that they have been, they're in big trouble, too.
And they're going to change something up. Let's see what they do.
Aces on D.
They lead by 11. Pass to Shepard. Smith. 6 to shoot. Here's Powers. And again, no good by Minnesota.
And they're not dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
They've separated themselves in a number of categories. Rebounds just one more.
Now here's Shepard. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Now here's Swish. Defense right on him. No luck on that one. Nafisa Collier with some nice D.
Well, offensively speaking, it has been a tough quarter for her.
And she's got her first opportunity at the line here tonight.
One thing about Nafisa Collier, she's great at many things. She's not a specialist. She's well-rounded.
Well, how about this? I mean, she's been top 10 in the league in scoring, rebounding, steals, blocks. I mean, that's 4 of the 5 major food groups. She gives them everything at a high level.
Offensively, they've dialed down the three-point attempts here in the second.
I'd actually like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from long range.
Shots good by George.
There's a pattern taking shape. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Yeah, 4 of their last 5 baskets have been of exactly that variety.
Pass to Collier. And that's basket number 4. She's taken 9 shots to this point.
Uses every bit of her strength to overpower the defense. Collier does not fear contact.
George can't hit. The Lynx trailing. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Collier. 9 points in the game. Beyond the arc. The shot will not fall. And so we wrap up the first half. Aces ahead. They lead by 9. And we'll see you right after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Now the second half about to get started up again any moment. And without question, Swish displaying her skill set today.
She was successful just about every time she drove the lane in the first half. She was on a mission.
It really was. You know, aggressive, attacking basketball at its very best is what we just saw. Just so fun to watch.
We love it.
So the Lynx now. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Heidemann. The screen by Collier. And that one's good. Heidemann. And here's George. Add another field goal to her total. Makes it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
She's their go-to scorer, and when she shoots the ball like she has today, that is what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Screen by Smith. Here's Collier. Back to Smith. Las Vegas grabs the miss. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's George. Las Vegas the rebound. And the foul called on Napisa Collier. That's her first foul. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Wilson right side, down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Smith. Wilson with the bucket.
Coaches love a solid shooter like Wilson, a player you can rely on to get production from.
Here's Collier. Another shot. Asia Wilson grabs the board.
Man, and they're 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Here's George. Here's Young. And foul called as she misses, and she's going to shoot 2 free throws.
The foul drawn by Young, it's hard to keep her in front of you, and that opens up so much more of her game.
And she's good on the second.
And you look at the ratings for women's basketball in general, and, man, they're exploding.
Well, of course, Caitlin Clark and her team in college shattering records back in her college days. I think we'll continue to see that happen in the W.
Well, the 2024 draft was by far the most watched of all time. So, yeah, it's an exciting time in the league.
To the middle. Here's McBride. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Off the court, McBride is lighthearted, but she's a killer on the court. Basketball is everything to her.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the line. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. To the inside. Shot's good by Smith.
A player who can get creative offensively. Let's just say Smith knows what to do inside.
And, Tim, we know success isn't always linear. You just look at Alana Smith. She's a perfect example of that. Took her a few years to claim her spot in the league.
Well, she was a top 10 pick back in 2019. She shot under 20% as a rookie. Atlanta was out of the league, but she had a great 2023. The Australian finishing third in most improved player voting, and she has really got a spot in the league now. They've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers, too.
Yeah, it's been a gritty performance and a physical brand of basketball, but, hey, that's how you win.
Bring your lunch pail.
Yeah, you know how a lot of people talk about flipping the switch? Well, her switch has definitely been flipped to on in this quarter, guys. I mean, just dominant scoring.
Collier, that's good.
Inside, Collier can be so consistent, and her talents as a shooter make it look easy.
Pass to George. And another shot. It's hauled in by the Lynx. Kayla McBride, she's open. And it's Minnesota scoring again.
She's knocking down her shots today, but it unfortunately hasn't really translated to the scoreboard.
Young with it. Pass to George. Over McBride. Shot's good by George.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show she's putting on this quarter.
Now here's Collier. 11 points in the game. Now Heidemann. Back to Collier. Off target from three-point range. Pass to Gray. Young. It's good, and she drew the contact on the shot, so she'll go. Now here's Powers. She's guarded by Swish. And she gets it to go.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had many more attempts in the first half.
Here's George. Powers covering. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Here's Powers. Here's Carlton. Oh, and she just nails it. It's in. Oh, right at the buzzer.
Pretty shot with about a second to spare.
Yeah, and
as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Aces on top. They're up by 10. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And the final period of play just about to get started here. And that one misses.
Well, Kayla McBride is a good free throw shooter. I mean, is there anything she can't do?
Here's Minnesota. It's a 10-point game. Fires the three. Rebound by the Aces.
Personally, I am shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. She makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's George. No good on the three. McBride outside. Lets the three fly. No basket. That's her fourth miss in 11 shot attempts from the floor.
Oh, she's still looking for her first triple of the second half. She had 3 at halftime.
Pass to Peely. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Lynx able to keep the ball here. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about 1 minute into it. Here's Powers. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Very steady beyond the arc. Powers is a player that forces defenders to challenge her, to come out, stretches the floor.
Swish with it. Now guarded by McBride. They get it again. Gustafson. And she battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
He got caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance points.
They need more effort than that on the boards. That can't happen.
Absolutely.
Yuha sets the screen.
Puts up a three. Another three for Minnesota.
Beautifully crafted for maximum efficiency. McBride's a natural playmaker.
So both teams making some changes here. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
Now here's Switch.
Defense is right there, and she uses the glass on the layup.
She has really pummeled these defenders today, no matter who has been on her.
Here's Collier. Lays it up and in off the nice reverse.
Her quickness and soft touch around the rim, it allows her to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in the arsenal.
Pass to George. And that's collected by Kayla McBride.
She has been anything but her usual self this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Heidemann. Nafisa Collier on the wing. Guarded by Young. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Collier missing. The Aces leading. Swish with it. Now guarded by Smith. Shots good by George.
Quality dish by Wilson. Good heads-up basketball helps her find the open player.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth quarter of this one. Collier up top. Let's go with a three. Again, Nafisa Collier missing. And the Aces with possession. It's stolen by McBride. Pass to Smith. And she floats it in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
An intimidating interior presence. Smith uses her toughness to get her way down low.
Bucket is good.
It's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. For three, Nafisa Collier hits the three-point bomb.
Yes, stepping up when it matters the most. Collier demanding the ball late in games. What a quality to have.
Here's George. Rebound by the Lynx. Pass to McBride. Here's Heidemann. Now here's Collier. Shoots over Young.
The offensive rebound.
Connects! What a beautiful shot to bring them within three.
I respect Collier's ability to show poise under pressure. You don't always see that from younger players.
George. It's in!
Yeah, anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job.
Time called here. The Lynx decide to talk it over. Collier. Money!
Simple game plan. Collier's teammates need to keep getting it to her. She's feeling it, going to town on the defense.
And we can probably expect to see them slow it down now.
Yeah, burn some clock while they have the lead. Make it your friend. Get their number. Text them.
Three-pointer. George can't hit.
The defense has to be real thrilled to see her keep shooting those threes. She has been brutal this half. A three-pointer here would be big.
A chance to tie it up with the game on the line. Yeah, she read how that shot was going to come off the rim perfectly. That can make up for any height disadvantage.
You know, they had to foul to stop that clock. That's really the enemy in this situation.
Yeah, and who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range.
Maybe knocked down a three or two, who knows?
He gets the first. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. So she gets them both. And it's a 5-point game.
Now that's how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
Oh, this one, it's not over if they can get a quick score then foul.
Yeah, a few missed free throws and they're right back in it, but it has to happen fast.
Exactly, Brian. You have to do it real quick.
Collier with it. For 3, Kayla McBride. George with the rebound. And so they foul intentionally. She hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And she hits both free throws. And it's a 7-point ball game. So the Aces win it. And they didn't make it easy on themselves for their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
There were some times that momentum shifted either way, especially early on. But give the team credit for sticking right with the game plan and finishing the job.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone.